Mr. Everything, Victor Andrews, making his way to the ring just like Babe Ruth. He called his shot, challenged C.W. Anderson for a one-on-one match. The Master versus the Student, a rematch several years in the making. Victor Andrews asked for it. C.W. Anderson agreed, and that is where we are here today, ladies and gentlemen. I expect plenty of reversals, plenty of counters, but Victor Andrews has to be on the lookout for that shotgun super kick and that spine on the pine, the big-time spine buster from C.W. Anderson. Victor Andrews says he's been studying, he's been preparing, but let's see if he actually is ready for ECW original C.W. Anderson. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, the Rottweiler, C.W. Anderson, and I've got to say, a proud papa moment for sure. There he is, representing AML Wrestling as the AML Wrestling Champion, bringing his title ringside here to Ace, a proud champion for sure. And there he is, ECW Original, North Carolina's own C.W. Anderson, the Rottweiler, and he is here ready to show Victor Andrews, you may be my student, but I haven't taught you everything I know. And you know CW is all about business here tonight. There he goes. The CW hand signal, the throat slash. And there it is. This is a non-title match, but C.W. Anderson proud of that title after dethroning George South with the help of Steve Corino. There's a lot of history behind that title. It looks like Victor Andrews has got a few words to say here.
CW, I respect you. But the way I see it, you are the king of the mountain of AML, which is the brother company of Ace, which means you are the best there is on the East Coast, West Coast, North, South, around the world. So I say, let's raise the stakes. And you put the AML title on the floor. And let me walk into WrestleCade as the AML champion.
Whoa, that's a pretty big request from Victor Andrews. I know a couple of guys at AML Wrestling would have something to say about that.
He being the champ of AML, being one of the best in the world, point blank.
Yes, sir, that is a fact.
These people know it, and you know it. Now, does Victor Andrews deserve a title shot of this belt? Well, I say, hell, last time I was here, I changed the rules and took Kevin Collins to the extreme and beat him. So I say, let's put this time on the line. And I'm going to prove to you and everybody while I'm still the man.
Wait a minute. I think CW has accepted.
Title match.
This match is now for the AML Championship.
Wow, that is huge. The AML Championship being defended at a non-AML wrestling event. I'm not sure if this is going to be officially sanctioned. Of course, if CW retains, we can say it never happened. But what happens if Victor Andrews is able to dethrone CW Anderson? Will it be an official title change? Will it be accepted? I'm not exactly sure, but it is CW Anderson's title, and if he wants to defend it, he wants to defend it. And that's what it's going to be. Your main event of Ace Presents Round 2 fight. It is CW Anderson, the AML Wrestling Champion, taking on the challenger, Mr. Everything Victor Andrews, here in Rayford, North Carolina. And we are off. It is official, and we're going to roll here. I am one half of the commentary team at AML Wrestling, pulling double duty here at Ace, and I gotta say it's a little weird pulling AML Wrestling commentary at a different promotion, at a different city, a different venue. But who better, right? I know the history of the AML Wrestling Championship and its storied list of past champions. Like I said, George South, the recent champion that CW Anderson beat for it with the help of Steve Carino. We've had Caleb Conley, King Shane Williams, Papa Don, Caprice Coleman, the first AML Wrestling champion. And AML Wrestling over the last several years has become one of the top prominent professional wrestling promotions in the Carolinas. And CW Anderson is proudly displaying that here as he puts the title on the line. And a little bit of, I thought that this would be a little easier than it is, and the sudden realization that he might have bitten off a little more than he could chew. Both men absorbing those shoulder tackles, glaring each other in the eye, almost daring the other to flinch. A little bit of a grin from the champion. A little bit of show of respect. We're going to try it again. Lock it up. Oh, arm drag out of nowhere from Victor Andrews. Takes him down, pin. A little too much too early for the challenger. CW Anderson's able to, but if you can get him off of his game plan, it may be just enough. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. Whoa, CW Anderson with a roll-up of his own. Sends him through, Minestrol Cradle. And Victor Andrews realizing this old dog's got a few new tricks. And CW Anderson calmly adjusting his gear, letting the realization sink into the head of Victor Andrews that maybe he bit off more than he could chew. Show of respect for the two, and Victor Andrews taking the low bridge and suckering in the respect and honor of CW Anderson to get an unfair advantage here. But that just goes to show you how important this matchup is to Victor Andrews. Not only is it a student and a teacher, but now it is an AML Wrestling Championship match. And that means a lot to a lot of professional wrestlers in the Carolinas and on the eastern seaboard of the United States. Rolls him up. Only a one count. CW Anderson throwing him off forcefully. And those educated hands, that just sounds weird, but those educated hands of CW Anderson lighten up Victor Andrews. Big time knee to CW Anderson. And Victor Andrews is in control, driving those knees into the kidneys and the rib section of CW Anderson. And I've said it before as a coach. I tell my students all the time, you got to be able to build up your cardio, because if you can't breathe, you can't wrestle. And if you take a lot of shots to your ribs, every time you breathe, it becomes painful. So not only do you have a hard time breathing, it hurts when you breathe. You start seeing spots. You can't get enough oxygen to your muscles, and your performance is affected. And I think that's the game plan that Victor Andrews has here in order to take down the Rottweiler. Big time headbutt from CW. Sends Victor reeling. Sunset flip from the champion, and Vic counters it with a big time senton. Once again, dropping his weight down onto the chest and the ribs of CW. Every time Victor goes to cover CW Anderson and CW has to use energy to kick out, it just makes that breathing and rib situation just that much worse. And he barely can stay on his own 2 feet as he stumbles here in front of our production area. More shots to the ribs from Victor Andrews. Got to be mindful of the champion's advantage here. The champion does not have to beat the challenger, but the challenger has to beat the champion in order to gain the championship. If this is a count out, then C.W. Anderson retains. And there we go. Vic probably heard me. Rolls him in very wisely. You got to finish it in the center of the ring. C.W. Anderson still got some fight left in him, ladies and gentlemen. Big time knife edge chop to Vic. Giving him those big right shots. Staggering the young Andrews. And C.W. Anderson drops like a ton of bricks. I can tell you right now, looking at that man's face, he is having a hard time breathing right now, and that frustration is coming out as he slaps the mat. Drops a knee down onto the chest, once again driving the air out of C.W. Anderson.
Come on, C.W.
Trying to pull himself up, using the ring ropes, trying to do everything he can. Victor Andrews standing over him, almost triumphant. I think Victor Andrews sees this as a little bit of disrespect, thinking he's not good enough, that he's got to dethrone the teacher in order to take his place in the realm of professional wrestling. So this is more than just a championship match for Vic Andrews. If he's able to beat C.W. Anderson, he's able to defeat the teacher, gain the AML championship. And C.W. Anderson holds that title with high esteem, and he's not going down without a fight. And that's evidence right there by those hard shots from the former enforcer, now the Rottweiler. Oh, swings him around, drills him with the DDT, sending Mr. Everything down. Both men are down. James checks to make sure that they're still able to continue and starts the count. First man to his feet is going to have an advantage here. Vic trembling, almost in a seizure-like from that DDT. Might have some permanent nerve damage in the neck there. He's got a glazed look on his eyes. Both men are up. The count stops. Oh, that's going to numb your hand right there. And there goes that big right C.W. Anderson talked about. Goes and takes off. Big drop kick from Victor Andrews out of nowhere. You got to stay on him, Vic. The AML championship is on the line. And anything you can do, I can do better. Big sliding clothesline. This could be it. Such force from C.W. Anderson. Victor Andrews didn't know what hit him. Didn't know that he had that in him. Trains with him several days a week. Thought he knew all of his tricks. Big up and over from C.W. Goes and takes off. Loads it up. No! No! Victor Andrews hit the spine buster. No, almost a pinfall. Victor Andrews hitting C.W. Anderson with his own move. That's like tugging on Superman's cape. That's like pulling the mask off the Lone Ranger. You just don't do it. And that just goes to show you how important this match is to Victor Andrews, who is beside himself. Cannot believe that did not finish off the AML champion. The ring skirts fluttered. Victor Andrews probably trying to figure out what he's got to do to take down the Rottweiler, and gives him a little bit extra time to think about it. Goes up. There you go. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. 2. That's it. No, only a 2 count. Victor Andrews able to kick out, but we all know the spine buster leads into the shotgun super kick. If C.W. Anderson can make his way to his feet and load it up, Victor Andrews' opportunity at the AML championship is winding down. If he can load up, double barrel, and deliver, he will retain. But he's got to be able to stand on his feet first, but there he goes. He's in the corner. He's loading it up. Vic Andrews has no idea where he is at. He is about to turn around into a shotgun blast. Oh, he's able to catch it. Spins it around. Comes up, single-legged drop kick. Takes down CW, and Mr. Everything has one heck of a hang time. He calls it his 10 seconds of fame because he's in the air for almost 10 whole seconds, and here he goes. He's up. Hang! No water in the pool for Mr. Everything. C.W. Anderson works his way back up to his feet. Oh, tries to go for that discus right-hand punch. Vic saw it coming, and there it is! Shotgun! Shotgun! That's it! 1, 2, 3! Oh, my God! And your winner and retaining the AML championship, C.W. Anderson.
Your winner and still the AML Anderson.
What a main event, ladies and gentlemen. It started off as teacher versus student. It turned into an AML Wrestling Championship match, and it did not under-deliver. If anything, that is what you live up to. That is what you have to look forward to when you come and watch Ace live and in person. My name is Coach Josh Gary, and I am so glad that you have joined me here for our presentation of Ace Presents Round 2 Fight. Ultimately, the teacher came out on top. The student still has much to learn. But I don't think Victor Andrews is done with C.W. Anderson as he looks at the prize that was so close, but yet ultimately in the end was not in the books. And still, your AML Wrestling Champion, C.W. Anderson. And what a show of respect from the young Mr. Everything, Victor Andrews, conceding defeat, embraced by his mentor, his teacher, and his trainer. What a sight, and what a way to end Round 2 Fight here at Hope County High School in Rayford, North Carolina. I'm Coach Josh Gary. Thank you, and have a good night.